Good morning. The 36th District Court is now in session with the Honorable Tenisha Yancey. During the court session, there will be no talking, no sleeping, no driving, no chewing gum, no reading any material. Also, you cannot wear any head garments unless it's for religious purposes only, and you must be properly dressed. Good morning, Attorney. I'm sorry. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Good morning to all of you on YouTube. We're live on YouTube, but good morning to you on Zoom. I will make one correction. If we are not on your case, you can have your camera off. You can have your phone on mute. You can continue to do whatever it is that you're doing at home. Just be within ear's reach, so that when we call your case, you're ready to proceed. And is the first one we're calling Mr. Barbie?
Okay,
Is that the one that has no,
yes.
now calling the People versus Michael Dwayne Barbie Jr., ticket number P1383179, one count of failure to display a valid operator's license not on person, one count of no insurance misdemeanor. Please state your appearances for the record, starting with the attorney.
Good morning, Melita Baird on behalf of Michael Barbie. Judge, this matter was set for trial today. It's my understanding the officer hasn't checked in. We're going to motion that the matters be dismissed.
Okay, so the court has verified that an officer has not checked in on this matter. It was set for trial for 9 a.m. It is now 10:11 a.m. Therefore, this matter will be dismissed without prejudice. However, Mr. Barbie, do you have a valid driver's license now?
I had one at the time.
You did have one at the time?
Yes, and I had also provided it to him.
And it's valid?
Yes.
Because I'm gonna dismiss you no matter what. Just keep those documents in the vehicle with you at all times, okay, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a good day.
You as well. So I'm all set on. It's all over with.
You're all set. This is all over with.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Are we ready on Bonner?
Did you say Bonner?
Yes.
Yes, that's the police officer was here and there was a plea of failure to display and the rest would be dismissed.
Corporal McCree, are you aware of the plea?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning, Corporal McCree. You said yes, you are aware of the plea?
Yes.
Okay. If this is the only matter you're here on, you're free to go.
All right, thank you so much.
Your name on the record.
Police Officer Jamie McCree, badge 2865.
Let me call the case first, okay? Brian Gregory Bonner, ticket number E. I'm gonna wait.
Yes, ma'am.
Now calling the People versus Brian Gregory Bonner, ticket number P1182337. Please state your appearances for the record, starting with the officer.
Police Officer
Yes,
Jamie
ma'am.
McCree, badge 2865.
Good morning, Melita Baird on behalf of Brian Bonner. Judge, there was an offer to Mr. Bonner for failure to display and the rest of the counts would be dismissed. He wants to waive his plea guilty.
Okay, Ms. Beard, I'm gonna ask you to press mute because we've got a little bit of a breakup on your end. And Mr. Bonner, were you able to speak to the attorney this morning? She advised you of your rights
Yes, ma'am.
and you understood your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did anyone promise you anything, force you, or threaten you in exchange for your guilty plea today?
No, ma'am.
And you're pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes, I am.
You're pleading guilty because you actually are guilty.
No, I'm pleading guilty today, ma'am.
You're pleading guilty because you actually did things that they said that you did?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I'm gonna will you raise your right hand? I know that you're on the phone. I just need to make sure that You just Scout's honor. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm
Okay, I got my right hand raised, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Bonner. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
So help me God, ma'am.
Okay, you can put your hand down, Mr. Bonner. So
Okey
on May
dokey.
2021, were you driving a 2015 Chrysler in the area of Sturtevant and Linwood in the city of Detroit?
Yes, I was.
And you did something on that day that made you come in contact with Detroit Police Department?
Yes, ma'am.
And when asked to produce a driver's license, were you able to produce a valid driver's license on that day, sir?
On that day, ma'am, I did not have a valid driver's license to show.
Okay, satisfied, counselor?
Yes.
The court is also satisfied. We will put a guilty plea in, an amended guilty plea on the failure to display and dismissing all the other, or the other, the one of, no, it's two other, three other charges.
Judge,
Yes,
for
Yes.
Mr. Bronner, he also, I didn't remember, but he also had that U case that was set for trial, and there was no officer on that U-52. Do you see that one?
was that one taken into consideration when the plea was given?
Well, Judge, the thing is, that particular officer isn't here and it's set for trial.
I know, but was the prosecutor aware of that one when he gave you this plea?
Well,
No.
he had the docket.
I just want to know, yes or no?
Well, you know what? I can't answer that question. My assumption is he saw it, you know.
Okay. And then, okay, one moment. I'm gonna take that one next, but give me one moment. We'll do that one on the record separately.
And then, Judge, he also had another one here. My assumption is the city attorney saw all these, but I just want to make sure that other one he had, SP 118233710T, that's also a no officer case for him. So both of those are, but the city attorney wrote the plea and that's what he said, but just to make sure.
So I just want to make sure that the record is clear, Ms. Melita, and we are really following it now because I'm in the middle of telling you about the one that he pled to, that Officer McCree was on the record for. So can we do any other matter after we're done with this one?
Right, but my assumption is that that's all included in the plea.
Ms. Melita, but the court reporter needs to be able to take record of what's going on right now with 114-5685. Madam Court Reporter, that's the one that we're on now?
Is that the lead case that you just called at the top of the record?
Actually, no, it's actually 118-2337 is the one that I called at the top of the record, and that is the one that an officer did not show for. So 118-2337-1 will be dismissed without prejudice for no officer. And then 114-5685, that is the one that Officer McCree was on the record on. And that's the one that he is pleading to failure to display, dismissing the other count. And I'm gonna finish this one. The failure to display ticket, Mr. Bonner, you're gonna have a fee of $220 on that. You plead guilty to failure to display. I am going to enter a guilty plea for failure to display and give you a fee of $220. When will you be able to pay that?
Ma'am, can I pay it in increments and it be final by June?
By June?
Oh, hello.
Mr. Bonner, did you say by June?
Yes, ma'am. Can I pay it in increments and it will be due by June?
Okay, only if you come down within the next 2 weeks and make a payment arrangement with the cashier. So you need to come to 36.
That's not a problem.
Listen to me let me finish my sentences. Everybody needs to wait until I'm done with my sentence before they can start to speak. The court reporter has to be able to take an accurate record, okay? So if you are willing to come down to 36th District Court and enter into a payment agreement, you have until March 31st to do that. I'm gonna set it for review for March 31st, just to double check that you've entered into the payment agreement. As long as you've done that, you do not need to show up for court. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
That concludes the 1145685 case, Madam Court Reporter, and count one is gonna be dismissed on that one. Okay, now, Ms. Melita, you said that there's a U ticket as well that you like to discuss?
Yeah, yes, Judge.
All right, so now calling the People versus Brian Honor, ticket number U52062319. This is, I believe, possession of drug paraphernalia. We are already on the record for this matter. Ms. Melita, how would you like to proceed on that one?
Okay, well, I just want to be clear that that's set for trial today. There's no officer. But the other part of it is, Judge, the city attorney could have very well known because he was looking at the docket and his intent was to dismiss that anyway, but I say it would be a.
The matter was set for trial for 9 a.m. It is now 10:21 a.m. and an officer has not checked in on this particular matter. Therefore, the court is going to dismiss this one without prejudice as well. Mr. Vanner, consider yourself really lucky. You had quite a few things on the docket today, and only one of them is going to stick with you. So consider it a blessing and make sure that you are staying out of trouble from this point forward, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Have a good day. That concludes your matter.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. Can I get a quick question?
Sure.
Okay, I have to come down by the 31st and make the arrangement and then let you contact your court so that you know that I've done that.
So you're gonna come down on the 31st, by the 31st.
Yes.
Before the 31st, you're gonna come down to set up a payment arrangement, okay? If you do not
Yes.
set up a arrangement by March 31st, then you need to appear back here on Zoom on the 31st at 8:35 a.m.
Okay.
You got that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
Okay, you as well, Ms. Yancey. And thank you, Mr. Attorney.
Okay, I know that I saw the, Ms. Fanick, do you have any that have officers that either didn't appear or are here to?
No, but I am ready on quite a few, Your Honor.
Excuse me, Judge. We still had Deontay Burnett who had.
I know.
Okay.
I'm simply asking a question.
Okay.
Ms. Fanning,
Yes.
in the interest of saving a little time, you don't have yours labeled, the people who you would bring out of the breakout room isn't labeled with you on it, is it?
A label.
It doesn't matter, just bring them out. You can bring them out, just explain to each one of them to leave their phones on mute, turn their cameras off, and when we call their cases, then they can turn their cameras on.
Yes. Okay, thank you. And Your Honor, do you know what the fine is on and allowing an unlicensed driver to drive? Do you know what your fine is?
$220 is usually my fine.
$220. Okay. All right. Thank you.
can do, I'm sorry, Ms. Van, they can do community service in lieu of if they're. if they don't
Okay.
have,
And how long is the community service?
How many hours? One moment.
Okay,
22 hours.
22 hours. Okay, perfect. All right, I'm gonna bring him out. Let me just go jump in and bring him out and tell him to be on mute. And I'm ready on basically.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Ready to proceed on Deontay Cordell Burnett? You can take your phone off of mute, sir, and turn your camera on. Now calling the people versus Deontay Cordell Burnett, ticket number P1356580. One count of driving while license suspended, second count is no proof of insurance. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Melita Baird on behalf of Deontay Burnett. Judge, I had a chance to speak with the city attorney on this matter. As to the civil infraction, Mr. Burnett produced his insurance. And as to the other count, the misdemeanor, the city attorney had said that this would be dismissed due to no recollection.
Okay, and for the no proof of insurance, he did provide you with valid proof of insurance
Yes.
on what vehicle?
I do apologize. Ms. Brown, can you please put your phone on mute, ma'am? Thank you.
What vehicle did he provide insurance on? Ms. Beard?
That was for, I have the dates of the insurance from 12/7 to 12/20, 12/7/22 to 6/7/23. I didn't get the type of car. He'd have to tell you that.
Mr. Burnett, what vehicle is it on? Would you state your name for the record, sir?
Deontay Burnett.
Okay, and what vehicle did you provide insurance for?
It's a Chevy Impala 2009.
Okay, thank you, sir. So the court is gonna dismiss that count 2 without prejudice and count 1, both counts 1 and 2 would be dismissed without prejudice. Ms. Melita, when you talk to counsel, they were aware. So both the state prosecutor, you talked to Ms. Policole this morning?
No, Judge, I just spoke to the city attorney.
Okay,
And
so he was dismiss both matters?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So both of these will be dismissed without prejudice. Mr. Burnett, make sure that you're keeping those documents in the vehicle with you at all times, okay, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a good day. That concludes your hearing.
Thank you.
I need to call him. Yeah, he's, that's what we explained.
Are the parties ready to proceed on Karen Brownlee? Parties are not ready to proceed on Karen Brownlee? Ms. Brownlee, did you have, Ms. Vanek as your attorney?
Did I have Miss Brown? Didn't have,
Was it Ms. Vanek, was your attorney?
well, she was the one assisting me, yes.
Thank you. Ms. Melita, Ms. Berry, who are we ready to proceed on?
Hold on one second, Judge. I think. Let me look. I think that may be all of the people that I spoke to, and then I gotta send these other ones over. Yeah, I don't think I have any other ones. I don't, unless she put some new people in the breakout room. Hold on one second.
You didn't have Ms. Brown, Ms. Michelle Brown?
No, I didn't have her. I was looking at the. I don't see anybody else, Judge.
All right, will you just be on standby or just go off, you can go ahead and if you have any other matters in any other courtrooms, but be on standby in case there are people that are.
Okay, yes, I'm here, and I still have to send your clerk these ones that I gave dates. So I'm still here.
Thank you.
Okay.
So for those of you who were just led into the virtual courtroom, you do have the ability to turn your camera off if you so choose. I ask you to do so if you're not gonna be still or be seated, if you're driving, if you're doing any of that stuff, Mr. Burke, turn your camera off. But if you are being still like the rest of you, you can keep your camera on if you so choose, but if you like to, you turn your camera off and continue to do things in your home as you wish until your case is called, to be within ear reach of the phone so that you know when your case is called. Ms. Brown, yours is probably gonna come, yours is definitely coming first, so just you stay on. As soon as we have the House Counsel back into the courtroom, we'll proceed. Madam Clerk, will you like to read them the rules? Since they were just being read in?
Okay, while court is in session, there will be no talking, no sleeping, no laying down, no driving, no chewing gum or reading any material. You also must be properly dressed. And also too, there's no smoking as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I don't know, but I have to make sure that I was right. Please make sure your phone's on, even Snoopy in the background.
Amy, I think that's your background, ma'am. Put your phone on mute.
Okay.
We hear your dog barking.
All right, Ms. Banks, we're ready to proceed?
I'm ready to proceed. I have a few people that are still in their breakout rooms, but I will go get them later. They're ready, but they need a little more time. Okay.
No worries. Now calling the people versus Michelle Brown, ticket number P 1382196. One count of 5 to 10 miles over the posted speed, one count of no insurance misdemeanor. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
For the record, Your Honor, good morning. Melissa Vinek, P 53750, appearing on behalf of Michelle Brown. Ms. Brown, will you please state your name for the record?
Michelle Brown.
Thank you. Your Honor, I just have one count on my docket, which is the file ending in 1962, which was the no insurance misdemeanor. I had the opportunity to discuss this matter with the city attorney. My client did provide documents that were current. And at this time, as the insurance is current through May 6/23, the city attorney did make a recommendation for dismissal, and we have no objection on that. Again, we only have file number 1962 on the docket. So the other file, we are also asking for a dismissal.
It's the same ticket, it's already in default, Ms. Vanek, and there may be some consequences, if I'm not mistaken, if I set that default aside and have her plead to a lesser one, then it's possible that she'll already have the points on her license anyway. So we'll
Hello?
just leave. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Wait, Ms. Bussey, I'm not talking to you. We are in the middle of
Oh, I'm
Ms. Vanek, so if I set that aside again, it may be a disservice to her to have her plead to one and then because these have already assessed the points have already assessed to her driver's license. So Ms. Brown, just know that you have this one, it's in default, you need to pay that. However, the court is going to dismiss count 2, well, the no insurance misdemeanor on this ticket.
Okay.
And you can contact the court to make payment arrangements on the ticket that's in default.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Have a good day. That concludes this matter.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I can hang up now.
You can.
Have a good day.
You too.
Did you want to call Kyle Richardson, the probation officer?
We're gonna do Kyle Richards next, Ms. Manning.
That's fine.
Mr. Richard, oh, you're calling from a phone.
Star 6 to unmute, Mr. Kyle.
I'm here.
Now calling the people versus Kyle Richards. Ticket number case number Z806-0821. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the officer.
Judge Ken Sciatti, the assigned probation officer on this case.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Stand right there because you're in the camera, right?
No, he's not, because it's only.
Go ahead, Ms. Vanek, I'm sorry.
Yes, Your Honor. For the record, Your Honor, Melissa Vinek, P 53750, appearing on behalf of Kyle Richard. Mr. Richard, will you please state your name for the record?
Kyle Richard.
Thank you.
Today is the date and time set for a review. I would like to start with the probation officer, if you don't mind, Ms. Vanek.
That's fine.
Judge, this defendant was placed in probation on.
We're trying.
That's okay, take your time. Oh, very good. Judge, this defendant was placed on probation in June of last year. I must say, I was specially assigned this case about 5 months after June. At the time, the defendant got out to a rocky start with our other officer, and some things happened. They especially assigned me to this case because he was not in compliance. But I have to tell you today that the probation department is now satisfied with this defendant. He has really turned the corner in terms of his progress, and we're quite proud of him. There were two issues. We had a review in June, and at that time, he turned the corner. He did pay all his money. He did do what was required of him. There were two issues left. One was the Victims Impact Panel, and the other was outpatient treatment. And I've been in contact with Mr. Richards. His attitude has completely changed for the time being anyways. He did complete the Victims Impact Panel, and I know he was going through a lot of mental health issues. I don't have proof that he went to outpatient treatment as he's supposed to, but the probation department would be satisfied if he got that treatment during his mental health therapist. And due to the overall circumference of this case and the nature where it started and the nature it is now, I did check for new offenses. I did check the Secretary of State record. He didn't pick up any subsequent offenses. I would like to discharge this defendant today, if possible.
And Ms. Bynum, do you have anything to add?
Your Honor, just on behalf of my client did forward me documents that he has been involved with 1016 Recovery Network. So he did send me documents from the ad. So he has been attending that. He contacted the agency. And so at this point, Your Honor, obviously my client is really trying, and what we're in concurrence with what the probation officer stated, and we would ask the court to adopt the recommendation of a dismissal at this point.
It's not a dismissal. We're recommending a discharge.
A discharge.
I appreciate.
And the court will be satisfied with the outpatient treatment, having been satisfied from the documentation that was provided to Attorney Finance. Mr. Richards, I am impressed that you did make a complete turnaround. It seems like you made you may have started off on a rocky road, but you got it together, and I'm happy to know that you got it together. I do take any drinking and driving offenses serious. I mean, it's a serious offense, even when you don't cause harm to someone. However, my father was killed by a drunk driver, and it literally changes people's lives. So I want you to make sure that you stay in treatment. Stay in whatever mental health services that you are in right now, whatever you're going through right now, stay in those treatment programs and those services, because it's important not only to your family, but to someone else's family that you may come in contact with if you're on the road drinking. Okay, sir?
Yes.
All right. So the court is going to discharge you from probation and wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
I'm sorry?
He said happy St.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. One moment, it's fine, and I'll be right back with you.
That's fine.
Matter. This will be a rubber band. Okay, I'm going to circle back to Karen Brownlee. Thank you for your patience, Ms. Brownlee. Now calling the People versus Karen Brownlee, ticket number P 129-2140. One count of driving unregistered or untitled vehicle. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with your time.
For the record, Your Honor, good morning. Melissa Vinek, P 53750, appearing on behalf of Karen Brownlee. Ms. Brownlee, will you please state your name for the record?
Karen Brownlee.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah. Sorry?
Okay, I was just gonna say that today was the date and time set, I believe, for pretrial. How would you like to proceed in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor. With respect to the pretrial, I have had the opportunity to discuss this matter with both the city attorney as well as with my client. My client has forwarded documents, and at this time, there has been a recommendation for a dismissal. We have no objection to the dismissal, Your Honor.
Okay, and to correct the record, this matter was actually set for trial. Thank you. This matter was actually set for trial, not pre-trial. And the court has no objections with dismissing per prosecutor's agreement, is that right?
That is correct.
Because an officer did actually show up this morning, however, we will dismiss without prejudice pursuant to the agreement.
That is correct.
Ms. Brownlee, I would just like to say for you to make sure that you keep if you didn't at that time have a registered vehicle, make sure that you do register your vehicles all the time and keep it in the car with you at all times.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, I have a little voice I have to talk loud. Yes.
all right. You have a good day. You're all set to go.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
For validation. Kevin Brown, are you ready to proceed?
I'm here, Your Honor.
Now calling the people versus Kevin Cornell Brown, ticket number SP 136-19631. One count of driving unregistered or untitled vehicle. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Good morning, Melita Baird on behalf of Mr. Kevin Brown. Judge, he had produced proper documentation, so we asked that the matter be dismissed. He has his paperwork.
He showed you a registration for the vehicle.
A 2010 Jeep Wrangler, Judge.
Perfect. All right, so the court has taken note that officer of the court has verified that you do in fact have valid registration on this vehicle that was in question. Therefore, this matter will be dismissed without prejudice. Make sure that you're keeping that document, all documents in the vehicle with you at all times, Mr. Brown.
Yes, Your Honor.
Take care. You have a good day.
You as well.
Mr. Bivens, you look like you've been ready.
Yes, I'm here, Your Honor.
Ready to proceed on Mr. Bivens?
Yes, Your Honor, we are ready to proceed on Mr. Bivens.
Now calling the people versus James Bivens, ticket number B 128-82122. One count of failure to vaccinate dog against rabies or produce proof of vaccination. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Your Honor, I believe on Mr. James Bivens, there are actually 5 counts. For the record, Melissa Vinik, P 53750, appearing on behalf of James Bivens. We have 5 tickets here on my docket that we're ready to proceed on.
Okay, one moment, Ms. Vinik.
Thank you.
Grab the rest of them. Was there an offer?
There was an offer. The offer is that my client will be tendering a plea of guilty to the nuisance, as well as 1 count of a dog restraint. That would be under a 12-month delayed sentence. The remaining 3 counts would be dismissed. Again, for the record, my client understands his trial rights and does wish to avail himself of this offer that has been provided by the city attorney.
Okay. These are all ordinance violations?
That is correct. I can tell you the file numbers if you need.
No, I need to actually find
Find the actual files. That's fine.
find fees, is what I'm looking for. So, Mr. Bivens, will you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes,
You can put your hand down. You did have an opportunity to talk to Attorney Bynum, and she advised you of your right,
yes,
and you understood your right?
yes,
Did anyone threaten you, promise you anything in exchange for your plea today?
no,
And are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Your Honor, I'm sorry, before he pleads guilty, the file numbers were not placed on the record. We only placed one file number on the record, I believe.
And it's okay, I just do the lead. Sometimes I only do the lead file number or the lead case number, but if
Okay.
you like, just for clarification, if you like, I would call out all ticket numbers, V12882022, V12882122, V12882222, V12882322, and V12882422.
Thank you.
Satisfied, Counselor?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
All right, so, Mr. Bivens,
yes,
we got to the point of she advised your right, and you understood your right, and you're not, no one is forcing you to take this today. You're pleading guilty on your own free will,
yes.
and you're pleading guilty because you actually are guilty.
Yes,
All right, and so will you tell me I'm gonna turn your attention to October 21st, 2022. Tell the court what you did to make you guilty today.
well, I had my dog restrained in my yard, and because he has gotten out before, and many times it's been patched up to keep him in the yard.
But he got out that day?
Well, he got under the fence, but he was still restrained.
He get out of the yard, Mr. Bivens.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's happened before?
Yes,
All right, satisfied, Counselor?
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
You stipulate to probable cause on the dismissal?
So stipulate, Your Honor.
And Mr. Bivens, are you working currently?
yes,
The court is going to assess a fee, well, first of all, we're gonna enter a guilty plea, or guilty plea for the dog restraint and also for the nuisance, and dismiss all other charges against you today without prejudice. And for the dog restraint, I'm gonna assess a fee of $200, and for the nuisance, I'm gonna assess a fee of $190.
And Your Honor, it's a 12-month delay sentence as well.
And so you have 12 months to actually pay that. And also during this 12 months, Mr. Bivens, you definitely can't have any more dog tickets, but the court is gonna say no tickets at all between now and the next 12 months. As a
Okay.
part of the sentence. We're gonna set this for March 18, 2024 at 9 a.m.
okay,
So that's a total of $390 that you need to have paid by then, Mr. Bivens. My advice to you is to come down to the court and enter into a payment agreement with the court. That way you stay on track and you don't look up in a year from now, you're extending your probation because you didn't pass.
okay,
All right, you have a good day.
Yeah.
That concludes.
okay. Thank you.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
And Andrea Bussey, are you ready to proceed? Am I pronouncing your
Yes.
name right, ma'am? Did I pronounce your first name right?
Andrea?
Yes. Yes, I'm here. Hello?
Yes, that is correct
Turn.
pronunciation of the name.
Andrea Bussey. Let me
Thank you.
turn on the
Thank
video.
you. So now calling the people versus Andrea Bussey, ticket number SP 131-26011. One count of driving while license suspended. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. For the record, Melissa Vinek, P 53750, appearing on behalf of Andrea Bussey. Ms. Bussey, will you please state your name for the record?
Andrea Bussey.
Thank you.
Here's the date and time set for show cause, Ms. Vinek. How would you like to proceed in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, I've had the opportunity to discuss this matter both with my client and the city attorney. We've come to a resolution. Is that my client will be entering a plea of guilty to the failure to display, which is a 0-point misdemeanor. In exchange, the driving while license suspended charge will be dismissed. My client does understand her trial rights, and at this time, Your Honor, my client does wish to avail herself of this offer.
Okay, Ms. Bussey, is that correct?
Yes.
You had an opportunity to talk to Ms. Vinek and she advised you of your constitutional rights
Yes.
and you understood your rights?
Yes.
Did anyone threaten you, promise you anything, or force you to take a plea today?
No.
You're pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
You're pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes.
And will you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. Turning your attention to February 9th, 2022, where you driving a 2015 Chevy in the area of Rockdale and Midland in the city of Detroit.
Yes.
And you did something on that day to come in contact with DPD, is that correct?
Yes.
And when they asked you for a valid driver's license, were you able to produce one?
No.
Satisfied, counselor?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
There's probable cause on that dismissal.
No stipulate, Your Honor.
So the court will enter a guilty plea for the amended charge of failure to display on your behalf and set a fine of $220. How long would you need to pay that, Ms. Bussey? Are you working?
Yes, I am.
Would you be able to pay it within the next 2 weeks?
Yes.
Your Honor,
Right.
could we, okay,
You want 30 days?
30 days, please.
Okay, so I'm gonna set the review for April 17th, which is what I was gonna do anyway. Set it for April 17th, Ms. Bussey, that means you have until April 17th to pay it. If you don't pay it by April 17th, you need to appear back here on this same Zoom, okay? On April 17th at 8:35 a.m.
Okay.
You're free to go.
Okay, thanks.
Shane Boyer, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please turn your camera on. Thank you. All right, now calling the people versus Shane Eugene Boyer, ticket number U 644-48222, one count of trespassing. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Yes, Your Honor, good morning. For the record, Melissa Vinek, P 53750, appearing on behalf of Shane Boyer. Mr. Boyer, will you please state your name for the record?
Shane Boyer.
Thank you.
Today is the date and time set for pretrial. Ms. Vinek, how would you like to proceed in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor, I have discussed this matter both with the city attorney as well as with my client. And at this time, there has been an offer for a 6-month delay sentence. My client does understand his rights to have a trial. At this time, he does wish to tender a plea of guilty to the trespassing charge under the 6-month delay sentence. Also, my client is currently living in California.
Mr. Boyer, you had an opportunity to speak to Ms. Vinek and she advised you of your rights. Is that correct?
Yes,
And you understood those rights?
I do.
Did anyone promise you anything, force you, or threaten you in exchange for a guilty plea today?
No,
You're pleading guilty on your own free will?
I am.
And you're pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
I am.
Raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
You can put your hand down, sir. And will you tell the court what you did on that day that would make you guilty of trespassing?
I went on the rooftop of one of the taller buildings in the city to take photos.
I was wondering what you were doing on the top of the roof of the Renaissance Design Center, but I guess taking photos would be not legal, but definitely a reason to be on top of a building that high. So the court will, satisfy, counselor?
Satisfied, Your Honor, yes.
You're also satisfied, the court will enter a guilty plea on your behalf, sir, and assess you a fine of $200. You also have 6 months, it's a 6-month delay sentence, which means that you'll come back for sentencing in 6 months. With that fine paid in full by then, you have a whole 6 months to pay the $200, okay? In that time though, in the 6-month period of time, you cannot do anything to come in contact with, which at least in Michigan, I wouldn't be able to necessarily know what you're doing in California, so you should be fine without coming in contact with any Michigan police officers, okay, sir?
Okay.
Okay, and so you'll be back here on September 18th, 2023 still at 8:35. Oh no, that'll be at 9 a.m. Appear back on this Zoom on September 18th at 9 a.m. Same
Okay.
Zoom.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're free to go, sir.
Thank you.
Take care. Ms. Rachel, are you ready to proceed? Can you pronounce your last name for me, please, ma'am?
Brimer.
Now calling the people versus Rachel Ann Brimer, ticket number P 1377704. One count is driving unregistered, untitled vehicle. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Yes, Your Honor, good morning. For the record, Melissa Vinek, P 53750, appearing on behalf of Rachel Brimer. Ms. Brimer, will you please state your name for the record?
Rachel Brimer.
Thank you.
There's a consent for a show cause. Ms. Vinek, how are we proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor, at this time, I've had the opportunity to discuss this matter both with the city attorney as well as with my client. My client has provided documentation that she did have registration on that date. And at this time, and it was valid. At this time, Your Honor, we are asking for a dismissal.
Valid registration on what vehicle, Ms. Vinek, do you know?
Yes, if you can just bear with me 1 minute. Ms. Brimer provided verification that she had a registration on a just bear with me one second. She had a registration on a 2018 Ford. The registration.
And this plea was approved by the prosecutor as well?
Yes, Your Honor, this plea was approved by the prosecutor, and we have no objection to that.
Okay, stipulate to probable cause on the dismissal.
So stipulated, and just for the record, Your Honor, the registration expires on May the 13th of 2023.
Expires what date? I'm sorry.
May the 13th of 2023.
Thank you for that. All right, so the court acknowledges that an officer of the court has verified proof of insurance and that the city prosecutor has no objections or actually offered to dismiss this matter without prejudice. Therefore, this matter will be dismissed. Ms. Brimer, make sure that you're keeping these documents in your vehicle at all times, because I know that this is not the greatest way to spend your morning.
Oh, no, you're right. Thank you so much. I hope you have a good St. Patrick's Day.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Am I allowed to leave?
Yes.
You are.
Okay, have a good day.
You too. Is Baker Huff one of the ones you still need to talk to, Ms. Vinek?
I'm sorry, say that name one more time.
Baker Huff, is that one that you still have in the waiting
No,
room?
that is not mine.
All right.
Shane Bailey, I need to still speak with, but I have a few others that are ready.
Marcus
Burke is ready. Yes, Marcus Burke is ready.
Excuse me, Judge.
Yes, ma'am.
That Baker Huff, I didn't talk to that person either, but if you can tell me what room they're in, I can go talk to them.
Oh, thank you. One moment. Let me see if they're still here.
What's the first one?
Did someone talk to Rihanna Baker though?
I didn't.
Rihanna Baker, I'm sorry, Rihanna Baker, I did speak to Rihanna Baker and she needed a little bit more time, so I wanted to just put some stuff on the record, and then I was going to jump back in and speak with her. So yes, Rihanna Baker I have spoken with.
Okay, no worries, but Mr. Baker Huff looks like he has left the or if I'm not mistaken, Brian Baker Huff is gone.
Must have left. He left.
No worries. We'll so I need.
He was scheduled for. Baker's. Okay.
Now calling the people versus Marcus D'Angelo Burke, ticket number U 644-61622. One count of record firearm use. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
For the record, Your Honor, good morning. Melissa Vinek, P53750, appearing on behalf of Marcus Burke. Mr. Burke, will you please state the name for the record?
Marcus D'Angelo Burke.
Thank you.
Ms. Vinek, I know that today is the date and time set for hearing. How are we proceeding in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor, with respect to this matter, today is set for a pre-trial in this matter. I've had the opportunity to discuss this matter both with the city attorney as well as with my client. At this time, Your Honor, my client will be tendering a plea of guilty to the firearms ordinance. This will be under a 12-month delayed sentence with the firearms safety class. And again, it's a 12-month delay sentence. That has been the offer that has been extended. My client understands the offer. He does wish to avail himself of his offer, and he does understand his trial rights. He's ready to proceed at this point.
Okay, so Mr. Burke, you had an opportunity to talk to Ms. Vinek, and she advised you of those, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understood those?
Yes, ma'am.
Did anyone promise you, force you, or threaten you to take this plea today?
No, ma'am.
You're pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
You're pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so turn your attention to October 8th, 2022. Will you tell the court what you did in the city of Detroit to make you guilty of this crime?
I just been attacked. I fled to my car and I fired a weapon into the air twice to try to get the police because I know they had that shot spotter down there. Oh no, I fired a firearm into the air. I shot twice.
Where were the people who had attacked you at the time?
They were coming towards me in the vehicle. I didn't fire at them, but someone said that we about to finish this in, and I had other people with me, and I just shot into the air.
Ms. Varney, I need a moment, please. Okay, court is back in session. Mr. Burke, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. So can you tell me how many people had attacked you on that day?
6.
And they were right there present during the time that you fired this firearm?
No, they went to a car. And
Oh, they were no longer present.
right, they went to a car, and
Okay.
I didn't want them to be present again.
Okay, I understand now. I understand now. I misunderstood. I thought that they were still actively pursuing you, which I was going to advise you, not really. I can't give you any advice. I was just going to take note, or the court was going to take note that it was a self-defense. You had a valid defense, possibly, and if you wanted to take it to trial, I wanted to verify that. But if there was no immediate threat of harm, the court is satisfied. Ms. Vinek, are you satisfied? You're on mute, ma'am.
Sorry, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor, I am satisfied at this point.
Court will enter a guilty plea on your behalf, Mr. Burke, and assess you a fine of $250 in this matter. You said 12-month delay or 6-month delay?
According to the city attorney, this was a 12-month delay and also a request to have a firearm safety class.
Ooh, sir, please mute your phone. And
Mr.
Mr.
Burke,
Burke,
do you have, before you mute your phone, do you have a valid CPL?
Oh, no, ma'am. That's what I was gonna ask. Could the course be a CPL course?
No, but you're gonna have to resolve this matter more than likely in order to get one anyway, so, but you can inquire. You can inquire about taking the course at the same time. Wherever you take the firearm course, I would advise you to take a CPL course as well at the same time.
Okay.
That's a whole nother issue, okay, that they didn't even charge, so hopefully they didn't charge you with, but you go ahead and take these firearm safety classes, and if you can get your CPL in the mean, or at least take the classes to be able to get your CPL, because I will dismiss this in 12 months as long as you, one, comply with classes, and two, stay out of any kind, don't have any police contact within the next 12 months.
I understand.
March 18th.
And we're gonna set this for sentencing on March 18th, 2024 at 9 a.m. Put that on your calendar. Make sure you show up on March 18th, 2024 at 9 a.m., sir.
9 a.m. Thank you.
You're welcome. That concludes this matter. You're free to go.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Banks.
Thank you.
Your patience. Miss Amy, will you please pronounce your name for me?
Bongiorno.
Bongiorno, okay. Bongiorno. Now calling the people versus Amy Elizabeth Bongiorno, ticket number SP 118-1005, count 1, driving while license suspended, count 2, supplying false information and or ID to police officer. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Yes, Your Honor, for the record, Melissa Vinek, P 53750, appearing on behalf of Amy Bongiorno. Ms. Bongiorno, will you please state your name for the record?
Yes, my name is Amy Bongiorno.
Thank you.
Okay, today is the date and time set for a pretrial. Ms. Vinek, how are we proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor, at this time, my client is requesting a bench trial. She does waive jury. Does understand her right to have a jury, but does wish to waive it and set this matter for a bench.
Okay, and just to verify, Ms. Bongiorno, you do understand your right to a jury, but you chose to have a trial before me as prior facts?
Yes.
All right. The court will enter a not guilty plea on your behalf and set this matter for trial on April 13th, 2023 at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Have a good day, Ms. Bongiorno.
You too. Thank you.
For the record on that last one, the $0 bond will be continued. Mr. Vickers, are you ready to proceed?
We're ready on Brianna Baker. Ms. Baker, will you?
I said Vickers, I'm sorry. I was saying Vickers.
Oh, Vickers. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Which one?
Vickers.
Vickers. Okay, sorry.
Yes, I'm ready, Your Honor.
All right, now calling the people versus Alan Michael Ricardo Vickers. Ticket number P 137-532, count 1, driving unregistered or untitled vehicle, count 2, no insurance misdemeanor. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. For the record, Melissa Vinek, P 53750, appearing on behalf of Alan Vickers. Mr. Vickers, will you state your name for the record?
Alan Michael Ricardo Vickers.
Thank you.
Today is the day and time set for a show cause. Ms. Vinek, how are we proceeding?
At this time, Your Honor, I've discussed this matter with my client. At this time, my client is requesting a bench trial date.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, he does waive jury trial. He does understand his right to have a jury and does wish to waive it.
Is that correct, Mr. Vickers?
Yes,
You choosing to have a trial before me as the trier of fact instead of a jury trial?
yes, Your Honor.
Okay, the court will enter a not guilty plea on your behalf, continue $0 bond, set this matter for trial on April 13th, 2023 at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too, Your Honor. Thank you.
You too. And I'm sorry, I should have told you, I should have asked for the ones that were gonna just be set for trial, but typically, Ms. Vinek in my courtroom, if you're okay with it, you can set the matters for trial and just give them the trial dates that you're giving in. That way
Okay, and it doesn't have to go on the record to waive the jury. We're good.
Oh. No.
Okay, that's fine.
Ready on Rihanna. And does anybody know what happened to Christopher Bailey or O'Shane Bailey?
That's who I think Miss Melissa was speaking.
O'Shane Bailey, I'm waiting to speak to the, speak to the city attorney on that one.
Mr. Goss, are you here? All right, now calling the people versus, hold on one second.
And what about Rita Butler?
Rita Butler, I'm ready on. I don't know where she is, but I'm ready on that one.
Okay, so I'll try to bring her out. 20,000. There she is. There she is.
When I went in there to call her name a few times,
She's have her out.
But did you speak to her? You had an opportunity to advise her of her rights and all of those things?
I did speak to her, then I went back to speak to her again really briefly, and I could not get her. If possible, if she is there, I wouldn't mind speaking to her for one brief moment. We are ready on Rihanna Breaker. Again.
I'm not gonna hold Rihanna up, and then I will put you, if you need a breakout room, I'll put you and Miss Butler back into a breakout room.
Thank you. And then if we can get the city attorney, Mr. Goss, back. Thank you.
We will message him and or text him if we can to get him back either on Zoom or in the courtroom. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, now calling the people versus Rihanna, Danae Baker. Ms. Baker, will you turn your camera on? Or get into the, okay, thank you, ma'am.
Sorry.
Ticket number P1276832, one count of failure to display a valid operator's license not on person. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. For the record, Melissa Vinek, P53750, appearing on behalf of Rihanna Baker. Ms. Baker, will you please state your name for the record?
My name is Rihanna Baker.
Thank you.
And today is the date and time set for a bench trial, or no, I'm sorry, not a bench trial, arraignment on a bench warrant. Please let me know how you'd like to proceed, Ms. Vinek.
Yes, Your Honor. We're asking the court to please set aside the bench warrant. Thank you, and we are ready to proceed. At this time, I've had the opportunity to discuss this matter both with my client as well as with the city attorney. There is a resolution. My client will be tendering a plea of guilty to the failure to display, which is a 0-point misdemeanor. In exchange for that, the original charge, the operator's license not on person, will be dismissed. My client understands her trial rights, and at this time, Your Honor, she does wish to avail herself of the offer.
Okay, Ms. Baker, you had an opportunity to talk to Ms. Vinek in a breakout room, and she advised you of your rights,
Yes.
and you understood those rights?
Yes.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your guilty plea today?
No.
You're pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
You're pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes. I didn't have it. Huh?
Ms. Bennett, will you tell me one more time? You said that she's pleading to failure to display?
A failure to display and the original charge will be dismissed.
I'm showing on the ticket that the original charge was failure to display a valid operator's license not on person.
Here's license not on person.
It's the same.
So.
It's the same charge, Your Honor. It's just different wording.
So she's pleading as charged?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Gunn?
Yes, Your Honor. It's the same charge. It's just failure to display the operation license not on person. It's the same.
So this is not actually okay, all right. Ms.
Yeah,
Baker,
if we can pass this one just briefly. So I
Yes, we
speak to
can.
the city. Thank you.
Fine. Ms. Baker, though, how old are you?
I'm 32.
Oh. Okay, I thought you were much younger, but okay, I will recall this case in a moment.
Okay.
You're like 19, so whatever routine you have, keep it going, girl. All right. What are we doing next, Ms. Vinik?
I would like to speak to Rita Butler really briefly, and then I would like to speak to Mr. Goss.
Well, you speak to Mr. Goss first, because you know he has several courtrooms, so we have to keep him
That's
while we have
fine.
him.
Mr. Goss, can we go into a breakout room, please?
Let's go to breakout room 1.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you.
Ms. Butler, we're gonna place you back into a breakout room for Ms. Vinik to come in and talk to you, okay, ma'am? Ms. Butler, do you hear us talking? You hear me talking to you?
Yes.
Ms. Baker, you're free to go, man. Oh, no, you stay there, Ms. Baker. Ms. Baker, you stay right here. Ms. Butler.
Okay.
Ms. Rita Butler, press start.
Star 6.
Press star 6, Ms. Butler, if you do have your phone on mute. It doesn't show that you're on mute, though.
Ms. Butler, we need you to respond or we're going to remove you from the meeting. Ms. Butler?
Ms. Butler, I hear you moving in the background. Can you hear us?
Ms. Butler, can you hit star 6 to unmute or say something for us, please?
She's not on mute. We can hear the background. She put her phone down.
Ms. Butler? You can't hear.
Hi, I didn't have a chance to speak to Rihanna Baker and Miss Butler. They were not put back in breakout rooms.
Well, you can place them into breakout rooms.
So Ms. Butler isn't responding, and I didn't know that you needed to, I forgot that you needed to, I thought.
Yeah, she hasn't been responding for like an hour, so I don't know if I don't know what happened with her.
Well, she knows that she's still in court. I don't know why people think that just because they're in court on the phone doesn't mean that they don't have to stay in court. We will put Ms., or you can put Ms. Baker. Continue to try to Ms. Butler in the meantime.
Okay, that's fine.
Miss Baker, you should be able to go back into your same room. And Mr. O'Shawn, can you put your phone on mute, sir?
I did not, did you post it?
No
Thank you. There she goes. She went back into breakout room 5, Miss Melissa.
Thanks, thank you.
You're welcome. No, I didn't. I didn't hang up on you.
I didn't, so she left. Unless she found this one breakout.
No, she is in a breakout room. She's in breakout room 9.
Ms. Butler is?
Yes, unless Melissa put her in there. Melissa must have put her in there. Yeah, she's not gonna respond, no.
Dante know that I'm.
I think she just came. Hold on.
Were you able to reach her, Miss
Yeah,
Melissa?
you know, as it's the second I pushed go leaving it, I heard some static. So I'm gonna go right back in and
We
just.
heard, but see, listen, we
She's
heard the
moving
same thing.
around.
She's moving around, but she's not responding.
My
Go
theory is she set her phone down and forgot that she's in court.
Yeah, let me just try one more time. Let me just see, because I just heard it.
Okay. This will be a good day for me.
Yeah, I hear nothing. Perhaps we can set her for a trial.
Okay, not a problem.
Yeah, that's a good remedy as opposed to what I may have done.
Right. We were leaning.
What was this set for, pretrial?
Hers, who,
Miss Butler was set for, I believe it was a pre,
Show cause.
was it a
She
show
was set for
cause?
show cause, yes.
Let's set her for a pretrial though. I don't want to set for, so I'll enter a not guilty plea and set it for, pretrial instead of a trial. I don't want her to.
That's fine. I believe there was going to be a resolution anyways in this matter, so that's fine.
So pretrial set for 4/13 at 8:35 a.m. We'll send out a new notice.
And then O'Shane Bailey is going to be a bench trial, so I don't know if we have to put that on the record.
Since he's here and he's been here, we may as well.
Might as well put him on the record. Okay.
Do it. The most efficient way since he's here as opposed to doing it.
That's fine.
Now calling the People versus O'Shane Christopher Bailey, ticket number P1400024, lead ticket number P1400024, one count of driver's license expired. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with you.
For the record, Your Honor, for the record, Melissa Vinek, P53750, appearing on behalf of O'Shane Bailey. Mr. Bailey, will you please state your name for the record?
O'Shane Christopher Bailey.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The date and time set for several pretrials and several hearings for this matter, for these matters, I would say. Ms. Vinek, do you want to go for a trial?
Yes, Your Honor, we're requesting a bench trial in this matter. My client does understand he has a right to have a jury trial. He does waive jury and does request a bench in this matter.
All right, so the court will enter a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Bailey. $0 bond will be continued and we're setting this matter for trial for April 13th at 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Same Zoom room, Mr. Bailey. You're free to.
My bad. So, okay, it's April 13th.
Yeah,
correct.
And same.
All right. Thank you.
Ms. Baker, we're ready on Ms. Baker.
Yes, we are.
One moment. We calling the people versus Rihanna Danae Baker, ticket number P1276832. Please restate your appearance for the record.
For the record, Your Honor, Melissa Vinek, P53750, appearing on behalf of Runner Baker. Rihanna Baker, will you please state your name for the record?
My name is Rihanna Baker.
Thank you.
Ms. Baker, will you sit up? I don't know if you're lying down or if you're just leaning to the side. Okay, thank
I
you.
was leaning to the side. I'm sorry.
Thank
Okay,
you.
So you had an opportunity to speak to the city attorney?
Yes, Your Honor, I have spoken to the city attorney with respect to this matter, and the charges have been amended at this time. At this time, Your Honor, there has been an offer extended of a 3-month delayed sentence for allowing an unlicensed driver to drive in exchange for the original charge of operator's license on a person will be dismissed. My client does understand her trial rights. She is working to get her license back. And at this time, my client is ready to proceed.
Okay, Ms. Baker, sit up. Or is that your phone leaning or are you leaning? I can't.
This is how, I'm sorry, my back is, I gotta sit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You had an opportunity to talk to Ms. Knight. She advised you of your rights and you understood those rights.
Yes.
And did anyone promise you anything, force you, or threaten you to take this plea today?
No.
And you're pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
You're pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes.
All right, will you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that what you say or the testimony that you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You can put your hand down. On November 13, 2021, were you driving a 2009 Chevy in the area of Davison and Homer in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And you did something on that day that made you come in contact with Detroit Police Department?
Yeah.
And either you or did you allow someone or yourself to drive your car without a valid driver's license?
No, I didn't. I had the permit, but I think it expired when I looked at it. But I didn't have nothing in the car, like the registration or the permit paper, none of that. In my car.
You didn't
I
have an
know.
actual.
No, I didn't get it at that time.
Okay. And was there anyone else in the vehicle with you?
Yes, my daughter.
Is she a licensed driver?
No.
Okay, so even if you had a permit, you weren't driving with anything valid to drive with, correct?
No.
All right. Satisfied, counselor?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Wait to probable cause and dismissal?
Waived probable cause. Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So the court is going to enter a guilty plea for allowing an unlicensed driver to drive and assess a fee of, Ms. Baker, are you working right now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so the fee assessed is gonna be $200. Because I know that you're also trying to get your driver's license back, so I'm gonna try to work with you on the fee of $200 so that you can do both. And then I'm gonna set this, it's a 3-month delay sentence, so I'm gonna set this matter out for June 14th.
Mhm.
I'll do it for June 19th at 9 a.m.
Okay.
In the time that you're on delay sentence, you cannot get any more tickets, okay, Ms. Baker?
Yes.
So I'll see you on June 19th at 9 a.m. And did I tell you $200?
Yep, I'm putting it down. Take a note now.
All right, so make sure you have that paid by then. If it helps you, you can go and enter into you can come down to the court to enter into a payment agreement. You have to do that in person. And if you enter into a payment agreement, it kind of keep you on track and making sure that you make those payments, making small payments until June 19th so that you'll have it paid in full by then.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You're free to go.
Thanks.
Good luck.